Hey, Dental, mate, but the godless scum creatures, mate, and mentally unstable cowboys, that's the type of crowd we attract, mate. I don't know what your story is, mate. You're probably an overweight naked man. You're probably an overweight naked man full of shame, doing coloring books upon the seashore with nothing to do, I can tell you. Yeah, this guy sent another video, mate. He sent us another video to do that, to pick up ocean the way I can tell you that. The marine animals eat that. But once we start that church, mate, of beautiful little baby car polyps, little baby beautiful car polyp, naked church in that way. I don't know how you feel about it. I don't know how you feel about that, but all day long in the hot sun, mate, once that kicking on, mate, we'll be fighting naked. Naked with courage and laxatives, I can tell you. I look forward to that day. I look forward to many things, many things, I can tell you that. But this guy, look at that here, there, mate, looking for ocean to be, I can tell you. Yeah, that's part of the job, but that part of the job, I can tell you. They look like the only part of the job right now. I can see that. I can see that. But once we get some laxatives and courage into you, mate, you feel much better. You feel much better than a little bit. I can tell you that. Fighting for survival in that way. You'll be fighting. It will feel good to you in that way. You'll like that. You'll like that. I like that too. I like to watch that. But we'll watch each other fight passionately. I can tell you. Fight passionately as little baby core polyps in that way. I can tell you that. Yeah, but at the moment, mate, it's ground level. We're in the ground level right now, I can tell you that. The bottle cap level. Building our way up. Upon the bottle caps, our church will be made, you know that? We'll build that church upon those bottle caps, you and me, I can tell you. We're already doing it. We're already doing it, and we don't even need it. We don't even need it. I need it. I need it, but you guys don't need it. You can't need it. Only I can need it. But it's happening. It's happening. I can tell him that it's squeaky, sneaky squeaky, he not in our church anymore, I can tell you that. Yeah, Squeaky was clean, mate, he was too squeaky clean, I can tell you. He washed himself regularly, but I thought Monica, mate, he had ringworms. Because I gave them to him, yeah, I can tell you. But she rejected us both, I can tell you that. And now Squeaky's at the bottom of the ocean, I can say. Squeaky, but he not listen. Because Squeaky's at the seashore, I can tell you that. But this guy, look at it. I don't know, mate. I don't know. This will be part of a church. I can tell you that there's a little baby, beautiful corpse, naked in that way. We will do these sort of things. We will gather and do them. I'm a corporal and you're a corporal. These are the things we'll discuss at a little baby corporal naked church. I can tell you that. Then we just gather rubbish, meditation, debris, whatever you want. Whatever you want, I can tell you about the things about life. Things about the great uncle Benedict Bushmeat. He was not biologically related to me, but very unpleasant man, I can tell you. I'm glad to not be biologically related to him or him to I, but we both like to mistreat my father, I can tell you that. Bushmeat Pete, he was not biologically related to me either, but he was not a provider. He was not a provider, I can tell you that. He provided bushmeat, but a little else, I can tell you. I even often accused him of keeping all the best cuts. All the best cuts of beautiful bushmeat for him and Reginald, I can tell you. I confirmed that by looking through his stool thoroughly. Thoroughly I looked through that, I can tell you. They've been eating the good cuts of bushmeat, I can tell you that. But I don't like to think about that because Bushmeat Pete was a horrible man, I can tell you. That's why I mistreated him. That's why I mistreated him. He not all the food good up there, I can tell you. Having seances in the toilet. Having seances with his grandmother, I can tell you. Eating and drinking and smoking. Even sleeping down there, I can tell you. That's where he died. He died on the toilet doing that, I can tell you. But we don't have to talk about that if you don't want to. We don't have to discuss that. No. We don't have to talk about the certain things, like my father dying on the toilet, or great uncle Benedict Bushmeat. But I want to. I want to talk about them. Yeah, Benedict is here. That's what my great uncle Benedict Bushmeat would say. That's what he would say before exposing himself to the women folk. I can tell you that. So maybe not ask. So don't ask. You can't maintain the answers for these questions anyway, man. So don't ask about them. Don't ask about them. Because the great uncle Benedict Bushmeat he always said to other Bushmeat family members, but also himself, he would say, Benedict Bushmeat, this is your life. You're number one, and everything's about you. Everything's about Benedict Bushmeat. He'd say that in front of the mirror, mate. I can tell you that. Yeah, but he not like my father either. I can tell you. But we don't have to discuss that. Because Bushmeat was not related to me. He not biologically related. My father every mangoes stimulate my mother the bandits make love to her. Make love to her the bandits and abandon her. Abandon her Bushmeat Peter raised me, I can tell you. I get exposed to Benedict Bushmeat. That upset me. Man, not only did great uncle Benedict Bushmeat often expose his genitals, but he'd often slap my father as a young man, I can tell you. He slapped Bushmeat Peter for bacon. For bacon as a young man, and tell him. Meat is for warriors. Okay? And great uncle Benedict Bushmeat said that a lot, mate. He said that a lot. He said, you got the Benedict Bushmeat blood pumping inside of you. And then he would slap my father. He said to him, what are you, a Bushmeat or a Bumblebum? A Bumblebum said they lived on the street. The Bumblebum said, I can tell you. That was a nice family. That was a nice family compared to great uncle Benedict Bushmeat. I can tell you that. But he would say to my father, you're not a Bushmeat. You're not a Bushmeat. But then he just slap him and tell him that he was a big bad Benedict Bushmeat. I can tell you. But that's how my father was growing up, mate. He was raised that way. But he was not my biological father, as I explained to you. But as I explained to you, he died on the toilet. Because yes, his grandmother's dancing man. He liked to have seances and dance for her in there. I can tell you. Burning his testicles in that way. I can tell you. But I remember it. He had a great uncle Benedict's Bushmeat blood pumping deep inside of him. I can tell you. Make him do those things. The day my father died, mate, he died a fat quabo, I can tell you. A fat quabo who died choking on the toilet. Because I said to him, I said, what the devil is inside of you? And he said, the granny. He said, granny. The spirit of his evil granny is inside of him. I thought that to myself. But that made him drink and smoke and eat on the toilet. It did not right burning your testicles in that way. I can tell you. That's why I told him, I hit him on the forehead. I told him, Granny was a demon. And he choked. He choked on his meat pie. I can tell you that. It had nothing to do with me, mate. I can't be held responsible for that. I can't be held responsible, mate. He was raised by people like a great uncle Benedict Bushmeat. I can tell you. That upset him. That upset him even for him. But yeah, my father, he frowned like a Claude at the toilet bowl. I can tell you. It wasn't pleasant watching him crawl at the toilet bowl in that way as he died. But these things happen. His uncle Benedict Bushmeat, he died in the exact same way. I can tell you that. It can't be a coincidence. But Benedict Bushmeat, he was not educated. He was not educated either. I often said upsetting things, man. I said them to him and he said them to me. But most of all, my father, not my biological father, but he had the appearance of like a, I don't know, mate. A man choking in his final hours. I can tell you. Because he was. I said, don't take your meat pie in the toilet. I said that. But he didn't listen to me. I can tell you that. He paid the price for that.